Hello Love Goodbyes, a 2019 romance drama film produced by ABS-CBN and Star Cinema. Starring for the very first time on screen, Kathryn Bernardo from ABS-CBN and Alden Richards from GMA Network. It is directed by Miss Garcia-Molina, also responsible for bringing us these classic Filipino romantic dramas, of course, the immortal One More Chance, the now iconic Four Sisters and a Wedding, the phenomenal A Very Special Love film series, and of course her previous movie with Kathryn, The House of Us. I'm actually unashamed to admit that I almost cried in this movie, multiple times as a matter of fact, but don't let that statement fool you, because there's definitely more to this movie than just your regular old Filipino movie cry fare. So the story follows Joy, played by Kathryn, a nursing graduate turned domestic helper in Hong Kong, who is struggling to make ends meet between her real family's wants and needs and her responsibilities to her employee's family. And in 4 months, she is bound to leave Hong Kong for good to migrate in Canada. And she plans to take her family in the Philippines and now her remarried mother to go live with her. So she has really big plans for all their futures, and it seems like she's going that way in a straight line. Until one night, she meets Ethan, played by Alden Richards, a would-have-been doctor who is now working as a bartender in Hong Kong. So their chance encounter and subsequent reconnections soon proves to be the biggest challenge in both of their lives. So will they choose the love that they now share, or will they choose to go on without each other in the way? Let's see. So as I mentioned a while ago, this is the very first time that I have seen two of the biggest names of teen drama, Alden and Kathryn, team up on the big screen, and boy, did they use their screen time very well. Kathryn completely disappears into her role. I even forgot that I was watching her at times. She just is so good at portraying someone who has experienced enough pain in her life so that even when she smiles, her eyes reflect someone who is so sad and troubled on the inside. And it is so far removed from her usual image that it's really a refreshing take on, the roles that she takes. And in a similar manner, Alden lets go of his cutesy image. So in a similar manner, Alden lets go of his cutesy image to become this son who has let his entire family down through his life choices. And so now he is willing to do anything to redeem himself to everyone that he has disappointed. And with all their troubles, I actually found myself caring for the both of them for the majority of the film, which is good, because you can tell how much care the writers put into creating believable leads, actual living and breathing humans with their own personal struggles and personal desires. This isn't to say that the supporting cast isn't good. I mean, they're there. They provide just enough life and buoyancy to contrast with the dreary state of life that our main characters are experiencing, But the movie is here to sell itself through its two biggest names, and both were able to pull it off so well. So, props to them. Of course, the acting is only as good as the direction, as is the case in any movie. And in here, Miss Kathy Garcia-Molina's flair for dramatic romance is once again manifested. It honestly feels, and I don't know if it's just me or if I'm reaching a little bit here, but it honestly feels like each scene is directed with the sole objective of making us hurt towards the end, which I'm not going to spoil just yet. It's like a big setup towards a payoff that you may or may not see coming from a mile away. But regardless, it still hits you just as hard. We'll talk about that in a moment. I'll put up a spoiler warning so that you know when to skip ahead and what time to skip ahead to. So aside from being in awe of the acting, I found myself in many moments in the movie being impressed by how it just looked. It was a feast for the eyes in some scenes, and some scenes were rightfully dreary. They convey the right emotion, at the right moment, and it was fantastic. Cinematographers really found this way for instilling a dreamlike quality to some of the film's visuals. There are some scenes where the colors honestly just pop from the background, and then there are these landscape shots that are equally breathtaking. So there are Hong Kong buildings which tower over the people, only to be dwarfed later on by the sheer majesty of the mountains that surround them. But more than that, the framing draws attention to whoever is being focused on his scenes, as any good cinematography should do. And so it helps further make the story feel important every step of the way. So you're always invested every second of this movie. And of course, this being a Filipino production, and given our penchant for always infusing our culture's ideologies even into foreign territory, the themes of family, love, and sacrifice are given the most prevalence in this film. Every scene always revolves around something being achieved or being tried to achieve by our characters, and usually these goals are any of the three between family, love, and sacrifice. So whether it is about bringing together a shattered household, reconciling with past relationships to make way for potential new ones, and ultimately choosing between which among these two things is more pressing and in need of immediate attention, these three common themes permeate every fiber of the film, holding it together so well. But of course, no movie is perfect, and if I absolutely had to give something about this movie that I didn't like so much, it's the constant playing up of the dramatic aspects through the musical cues. While some scenes clearly benefited from this and achieved the coveted tears from yours truly, I can't help but feel that, some scenes could have been more effective and even more heart-wrenching without the occasional sad December Avenue instrumental or, the movie soundtrack that's backing it. And so another thing that I found the film could have done to make the story even better and even flow smoother is to remove or merge some of its characters into one. Now, there are these characters that are part of Ethan's life. So he has the manager friend and the bartender friend, both of which the names escape me. So these two friends act as Ethan's sidekicks throughout the movie, and while they are entertaining, I kept thinking how much better it would have been to just pick one or make them into a singular character. Maybe make his manager also his roommate or something, or make his bartender friend just his bartender friend. I don't know. Again, I'm just nitpicking here, and the movie clearly did things with their characters well. It's just that the writing, I thought, could have been a little tighter on that department. So now we dive into spoiler territory, and for those of you who haven't watched it yet and are still planning to, you can skip ahead right now to this point in the video. So considering everything that happens to Ethan and Joyce's lives through the film, I'd say the ending was the most perfect and the most satisfying way their story could have possibly concluded. Other people complain about the movie leaving us with an open ending. Filipinos are not fans of those things, but personally I am. So I find that it actually really ties well with the fact that Ethan and Joyce specifically promise to one another that they will meet again, also sealing Joyce's decision to take care of herself this time, because there was literally no way that their lives would have worked out according to their liking anyway. So I salute the whole Hello Love Goodbye creative team for bringing us this conclusion that not only served as a good ending, but also as the most logical and believable way that the story could end. And it also teaches us an important lesson in life. Sometimes things just aren't meant to work out. Yeah, that's real life. Sometimes things just aren't meant to work out. That's real life. It's tough, but we make compromises. And that's the only way that life as we know it can go on. So all in all, I would say Hello Love Goodbye is a solid 2019 offering from Star Cinema, and it also promises a bright future for the Kathryn Love Team. Yes, I am calling it the Kathryn Love Team. Don't crucify me. It offers a realistic look into the lives of our fellow Filipinos who work really hard overseas to make a living, while at the same time attempting to fulfill their personal desires. I'm sure this film will lead to more projects, and I am at this point honestly so down for it. If you are the type of person who dreams of being more but can't right now, or someone looking for love after having failed at it before, or in general just someone who can relate to these experiences and struggles, I highly recommend that you check this movie out. Just, don't forget to bring a box of tissues with you. I'm gonna give Hello Love Goodbye 4.5 stars. Guys, thank you so much for watching this review. I hope this helped you decide whether or not to go see the movie, or at the very least found some worth in everything that I was trying to say. And soon, I don't know when, I'm planning to do a series that I would eventually call Revisited. So there will be these episodes where I review some of the movies that I have seen way back. So these could be famous movies or indie ones, or in general just some that went under everybody else's radar. And I'm gonna try to take a look at them at a modern lens just to see how much they hold up after quite some time. So I guess that's it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You can check out my other videos here, and when you come back, I'll see you in my next review. Cheers.